What's up, everybody? This is Drake Fisher, and we are back and better than ever with a new and improved course review. Used some better equipment, got some new graphics, and today we're going to be reviewing Shandin Hills Golf Club. I played this course, a handful of times back in college. I do really love this course, so let's get it going. All right, here we are on the first tee, short par 5. Get us started. Nice drive, just up the left side. We're going to go ahead and just lay it up with a 5-iron. Leave ourselves a little pitch left. Here we go, making sure we get it on the green. All right, we got our first look for birdie. And not quite, but we'll go ahead, tap in, start off with a nice solid putt. Tee shot off the second. Also leaving this one left, even more in the trees here. Got kind of a look at the green, but as you can see, literally in the bushes. Put it in the front right bunker here. Trying to just play a little chunk and run. Runs a little too much, just off of the edge. But this one I'm not really giving it a good go to clean it up. But starting off with a double bogey on the second hole. Here we are on the third. Nice little 9-iron. Just covers the bunker on the right. Leaves us with an uphill birdie putt. This one was pretty bumpy, trying to get its way up there. Oh, can't quite do it. But a nice par. Now we move on to the fourth. Now we're slicing it way right into the other fairway. Trying to overcorrect from the previous 2 drives. Here we got a gap wedge, just going right at it. Seeing if we could get lucky. We do, sets up a nice little birdie putt. Some of the greens on this front 9 were a little bumpy, you'll see. So hard to get some smooth ones, but tap in a nice par. We start on the 5th. Even sliced worse. This was literally almost out of bounds 2 holes over. That's the 8th hole coming down there. So I'm literally right of the 8th fairway. Punch it back in. Leave ourselves, nice little 100-yard shot, hopefully. Boom, end up being right on the 100-yard marker. Take a gap wedge here. Uphill, really should have hit a pitching wedge. Coming up just a little bit short. Decent chip here. Just leaves ourselves a little too much. And then this putt clearly gets knocked offline, but honestly after this green they start to smoothen out. So 6th is a big dogleg right up the hill. Nice 3-wood into the fairway. Now I'm trying to hit a knockdown pitching wedge. Just gets a little away from me onto the back part of the green. Still got a birdie look though. Just misses and rolls out, so we still got this one to clean up. But we get it done. Another nice par. We're moving on to the 7th. This hole is really hard to make a club choice since it's downhill the whole way. You're completely exposed to the wind. Was debating between 7 and 6. Went with 7. Coming up just short. Thought that was dead perfect, to be honest. Chip it up nice and close. And again, nice little cleanup here for the par. Alright, we get it done. Moving on to the 8th. Long par 5, but way down the hill. Perfect drive. Finally getting this driver worked out, or at least seemingly. Gonna go for this one in 2. Just pulled it left. Didn't get any cut on it with the 3-wood. Leaves ourselves a tough chip here. Try and get it up in the air. Hopefully it rolls out, but gets caught in the collar. Put it up nice and close. And get it in for another par. 9th hole, decent sized par 4. Hitting 3-wood to avoid a lake that kind of comes into play if you smash driver. Unfortunately, topped it, leaving myself a long way in. Got 5 iron, just don't really give it quite enough on the green, but a long ways away. Another good lag putt though will leave us with another tap in for a par. 40 on the front, puts breaking 80 in question. Starting the back 9 with a solid drive up the right side. Here trying to hit a little knockdown 9 iron. Wind kind of gets it, goes all the way to the left here. Sets us up with a long birdie look here. Leaving it a little too far past. Another par cleanup here. Yes, we get it done again. Par 3 11th. Hitting 4 iron. Just cutting it a little too much into the right bunker. Trying to play that chunk and run again. Runs a little too far by on the edge of the green here. See if we could get another par saver to keep the par train going. First actual bogey of the day after the 2 doubles early on. Here we got the short par 4 12th. Again, another good drive down the right side. Pin in the back, hitting pitching wedge here. Coming up just on the front part of the green. Probably should have gotten a 9 to get it to that back part. Got a long birdie look here. See if we could get anything to drop. This course just does not want me to get a birdie, and we are running out of holes, so let's see what we got. Short par 4 13th. Actually trying to hit the slice this time. Of course, it stays pretty straight. Kind of almost on the next tee box here, but still have a decent shot at it. Leaving this one just a bit short, a little chunky out of there. Leaves us this chip, also a little chunky chip. Leaves us this cleanup. Unfortunately, I messed up here and got it, but that was a par. Best drive of the day on the par 5. Trying to get there in 2. Trying to force birdie here. We got 4 iron to a back right pin. Cutting it towards the pin, but just cutting a little bit too much. Comes up short and in the bunker. Really nice bunker shot here. Trying to give ourselves a good look at birdie. Looks like it's gonna die just a little to our left here. Playing it right edge. Brutal. We got the par 3 15th. You can see the pin on the left there. Just slicing this way right over the water, but leaving ourselves a pretty tough up and down here. Trying to kind of play a bump and run, but gets kind of caught up here. Got a long par save, but we get it done. Can't make the birdies, but we're making the pars. Here we go on to the 16th. Longish par 4 here. Nice drive down the left side. Hitting a soft 8 iron, hit it way too soft. Gets caught up in the wind, barely goes like 100 yards. Now we got this tough pitch to save par. Nicely done. Here again for the par save. We're 5 over with only 2 to play. All we got to do is avoid disaster, like hooking it out of bounds onto the train tracks. So we got to reload here. Now we go up the right side. Gonna be in the bunker. Honestly, just trying to lay this up, just chunk it, barely goes anywhere. Complete shank 3 iron. At this point, I'm just trying to give it away. Again, trying to stretch a gap wedge here. Not going to get it done short of the green. Decent chip here, but is going to leave that for a dreaded snowman and the triple bogey. So I haven't had a birdie all day, but we absolutely need one on the last to break 80. Pound a 3-wood right down the middle. Get a wedge, just lost it a little long on the back, but still a chance. We finally get one to drop. So despite 2 doubles and a triple, we're able to get it done. Now onto the course review. I love naming my favorite 3-hole stretch. And this one we're going to call Potential Peak, which is going to be the 6, 7, and 8. 6 is the par 4 dogleg right up the hill. 7th is the par 3 signature hole, which you can see the view here. That's also going to be my favorite individual hole. And then the longest hole on the course, the downhill par 5, 8th. So you got a 4, 3, 5, and undoubtedly the best part of the course. For my overall grade, I'm going to have to give this one a B. I really want to give it a higher score, but conditions are just not there. Some greens were just pretty ridiculous, almost unputtable. If this course was in better shape, I would think it would be an absolute gem because I love the design. It's a good value, only $30 for Twilight, and not crowded at all. So it's a perfect place to get a quick round in. I think it's a great course, and I would highly recommend you going and trying it out. All right, I will be back with another course review soon. Later.